All right, welcome back. We're going to do a little update on the Skag EVZ repair. There's not a whole lot to update, but I figured I'd just pick up right where we dropped off at the last video. So the next day, I went up to the local AgPro dealer, to the service department, spoke with Andrew. Shout out Andrew, thanks for your help. Um, very very gracious, very helpful. Definitely wanting to get the thing taken care of for me. Um, they are the Skag dealer here in town. They're literally like right over there. So explained to them the situation. Actually gave them the link to the video so they could have a good reference as of what was going on when the problem was happening. Talked to him in depth. About what happened to it, how it happened, and they basically said, well, just bring it up and we'll have to start taking a look at it. When I got home, I did call Hydrogear, which Hydrogear manufactures the drive units, the drive controllers, the deck motors, the deck controllers, the Bluetooth controller, all this, basically everything other than the metal frame and the battery is Hydrogear. So I talked to them, very, very helpful. They couldn't do too much because, I'm just an end user. They usually do troubleshooting and everything with, the dealers or the manufacturers. But the guys there were very helpful. They were empathetic to what was going on with it. And, I explained to them I just wanted a little help to see if it was something stupid simple like a reset or something like that I could do and get done and go about my merry way without having to bother the dealership with something ridiculous. So we did a few things. They had me do a couple, check this, check that, do this, do that, and the long story short was, he told me they're going to have to get more in depth with it. And if you're curious about that, basically what they told me happens is and I'm not sure if this is all EV mowers, but I would imagine it's most of them. The shop hooks up a computer to it, and what Hydrogear was saying, they would basically do a share session with the laptop or whatever they're using, and somebody remotely would go in and do their deal, pull their logs, check this, check that, find out what's going on and do a diag on it in conjunction with the tech there. So anyway, we came home to get the mower. I was dreading that because it wasn't moving. So we did get it to move twice. I did turn it on the first time, cold, sitting there, right out of the gate. Turned it on, it did this little boot up, pulled the stalks, click, click, it moved. I was like, oh crap. So I don't know why, but I put it back. I should have just had the wife go drop the tailgate on the trailer, but I put it back and went and dropped the tailgate on the trailer and restarted the unit again, and it wouldn't move. And I'm like, God bless, here we go. So I think I did one or two more restarts on it, and then it clunk, it moved. I'm like, okay, we're going. And so we back up and load it on the trailer and strap her down, and we go over to the dealership. And I told Andrew, I was like, hey, I got it on the trailer. It actually moved. And so he's like, well, that's awesome. We can get it off, hopefully. I'm like, yeah. So I met the technician. He hopped on it real quick and fired it up and grabbed the stalks. The weird thing is, and just a little sidebar, the weird thing is if you seems like if you grab the stalks before it gets its little boot up done, during this problem at least, it kills it. So he went up there and did that, and it wouldn't move. And he tried a couple times, and he's like, "Here, you try it." So I tried it a couple times, and it was done. No more. It gave me the 2 moves it was going to do, and then that's it. So we ended up having to, thankfully they got a big forklift, and they have apparently, stuff happens with other zero turns and other mowers where they have to scoop them off a trailer. So we put that big ramp thing underneath the back of the mower, and myself and the 2 guys, we kind of like just lifted it up onto the skid, and he picked it up and put it in the bay. So after that, we left it. I kind of told them what Hydrogear said, and they said they'll have to call Skeg, and they work with Skeg first, and then Skeg refers them to, which that's all good. So I got a message from the service guy that they did not have the adapter or the part that they need to hook up to their diagnostic equipment for the EVZ. Obviously it's new. There was 50-50 shot for them having it. I'm not being about that at all. It's just they've never had to work on one, so they had to order that. He said it would be 2 or 3 days, and that was about 3 days ago. So I'm assuming they'll get it in here today or tomorrow or something like that, and go from there. But all right, real quick, I was editing the video and I thought about this and I completely forgot about it. The thing I mentioned about earlier in the previous video about rotating the dump valves and the unit not moving. Well, funny thing, when I drove it on the trailer and I took it to the dealership, Hydrogear had told me to turn them back on, tighten them back up. So I did, so it would move. And so we get back to the dealership, and of course it won't move, as I discussed earlier in the video. So the tech goes and gets a wrench and he backs them off, right? Won't move. I'm like, see, I told you it won't move. And he's on there backing them off some more, and clunk, 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 won't move. So anyway, that is disconcerting to me. And whenever they get done with the repair, I will ask before I pick it up to see if we can undo the dump valves, and I want to see that thing move just for my own peace of mind, so I know, a year or 2 down the road, if I need to do it, it's supposed to work, and it does work as designed, and there's not something wrong with the unit. So anyway, I just want to throw out a little tidbit in there because I'd forgotten about it, but I thought it was kind of funny. So back to the video. That's the quick and dirty update. There's not a whole lot to report. The good news is the good news for me is I was able to load it. It did run 2 more times for me. It moved. The also good news is when I delivered it to them, it was completely broke again. It would not would not move, which is a good thing. My wife was saying, oh no, I wish we could have got it off there. I'm like, no, I wanted it completely broke when I drop it off. That way there was no question that it quit working, and it was not working. The worst thing I could have had happen was to get it over there, turn the key, and it just runs all over the place with no problems. That would have been horrible. I'd have been more upset about that than if that happened. So anyway, that's the quick and dirty update. As soon as I have something else, I will definitely let you know. Hopefully we can get this fixed relatively quickly and painlessly. I'm just hoping it's something simple, modules freaking out or something, or who knows, but we'll find out, and I'll definitely post the results and let everybody know. Thanks again for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, drop them below and I'll definitely reply to them. Thanks.